Welcome everyone. Today's level 2 ChimeraFit class. Today is going to be a full body workout. Little extra attention to our hip stability and going to take it nice and slow with anything knee related, giving our knees a little extra warm up as well as we get into any squatting, lunging, things like that. So for today, props like usual, we'll use free weights if you're ready for that, a loop band, a pillow or a balance pad, Pilates ball, and long band. So loop band, long band, bands, ball, and something wobbly. Once you've got all those things, that's all you're going to need. We'll start just right where we're at on your mat with the robin's breath. So option 2, switch up whichever foot you typically put in front to mix things up, or stay with your usual, just whatever feels good to you for today. And then we're going to bring hands to chest, sitting up nice and tall, weight even on both sit bones. And then inhale, letting your spine become really tall and long as we fill up the lungs in all directions. Exhale, fingertips tip forward as you round the upper back and reach ahead. Creating a little bit of space between the shoulder blades. We'll inhale, opening up like a big letter T, looking up a little bit to the sky, maybe fingers back for a bit of nerve glide, and then reach forward again, rounding. Inhale, reaching up to the sky. And then exhale, hands back to prayer. And again, inhale, or filling up the lungs. Slowly exhale, reaching forward. Rounding the back, but without collapsing, so it's a tall round. Inhale, open the chest, looking up. Exhale, reaching forward, back to our rounded position. Inhale, reaching up to the sky. This one just always feels so good. And hands back to prayer. Inhale. Exhale, dive the fingers forward. Chin drops toward the chest, but doesn't have to rest on it. Just creating a little rounding in the spine. Inhale, looking up. Gently. Exhale, rounding and reaching forward again. Inhale, fingertips to the ceiling. And exhale, hands back to prayer. Nice, one more time. We'll inhale. A little bit of energy, hands together. Exhale, tip the fingers forward and press forward. Like the air is thick and you're moving the particles of the air out of the way. Exhale, opening up. Same thing with that little bit of energy to move through that air. Exhale, round as we reach forward. Inhale, fingers come up to the sky. And exhale, hands come back to prayer. Perfect. Once we're down, we're going to relax the hands, give the shoulders a couple of rolls back, and then a couple of rolls going the other direction, going forwards. Just giving yourself an opportunity to get the shoulder blades to move in all of the little nooks and crannies of your rib cage that maybe it hasn't moved or had the opportunity to move yet today. Perfect. And then once we come back to the center, we're going to bring right here, hand down to the mat. Just an easy side bend, reaching the left arm up and over. If you have the mobility to bring elbow down to the floor, option to do that. Otherwise, just keeping hand on the ground. And then unwind, come back to the other side. Just creating a little length in that side body. Ribs expand out toward that right side. Sit bones anchored down, and then one more time up and over. The bottom hand gives a little bit of support into the ground. Spine reaching tall, so there's this opposing energy of lifting up as you're on the opposite side of your body, anchoring yourself down, and then up and over to the other side. Bottom, either hand or elbow, is giving you support downward as the upper body lifts up out of it. Good. Then we're going to come out of that. Swing the legs around. If you have your pillow or balance pad to kneel on, go ahead and grab that. We're going to have your left knee behind you. So a half kneel position, left knee in back, right foot in front. And then with a little slight tuck of the tailbone underneath you here, we're just going to get the knees warmed up a bit by lunging forward through like half of your full range instead of dumping way down here. Just kind of letting yourself move forward into a bit of a lunge. And then slowly come back. So we have that little scoop of the tailbone, little squeeze of the glute here, come forward about halfway, and then back we go. One more time. Just getting the hip and knee moving, a little bit of load through them, get the joint fluid moving around. Pause at this last one. We'll bring the arms up to a cactus arm position. Maybe looking up just slightly toward the sky to open up the heart and the chest, reaching the arms up to the sky, feet anchored down, ribs stacked over the pelvis. Bring the arms back to your cactus. Anchor yourself to the floor as we come back, and then switch. Try the same thing on the other side. So we've got right knee behind you, left knee in front, little tuck of the tailbone underneath you. Glute is active here as you lunge forward. Pause before your end point, so strong support, holding yourself in that lunge before we come back. Nice. And again, lunging forward a bit. Ribs stacked over the pelvis, head right over your rib cage. Nice. Hands can either go in front of you or on your hips. Take your choice. One more time. We'll lunge forward. Pause. Little squeeze of the glute behind you to give you some support. And then on our last one here, we'll bring your arms back to that cactus shape. Doesn't have to be way, way back behind you, but just up to the side. And then we're reaching up to the sky. Energy of fingers reaching up as your feet and knee anchor you down. And then we'll unwind to come back out of that. We can scoot the balance pad out of the way or pillow for a moment. Find a hands and knees position. And just an easy cat-cow. Inhale, letting your spine extend down toward the ground. Exhale, round into cow. Inhale. Sorry, this one's cow. I always mix them up. And cat is rounding. Little press of the floor away at the end. Coordinating movement with breath. So it's an inhale as the spine extends. Chest comes forward a bit. Exhale, rounding, moving slow and controlled. Inhale. So gravity is pulling you down, but your job is to slowly lower yourself down instead of just collapsing into it. Nice. And then slowly round in the opposite direction. And two more at your own pace. Elbows soft, not locked. Knees hip width apart. And then once we come back through to center, we're going to pause here for a moment. Turn the toes under, lift the hips up, down dog. And we'll pedal one heel at a time. Shoulder blades have a chance to come up toward the ears slightly. So you have a little bit of energy of your shoulders pressing downward toward the floor. Again, elbows are straight but not totally locked out. Nice. We're going to shift the weight to the right foot. Float the left leg up, three-leg dog. Push the floor away a little stronger. And then step that left foot through between your hands. Take a couple steps there if we need to. Most of the way through the feet, option to drop a knee. And then world's greatest stretch. You're going to bring the left hand behind the head. And then rotate left elbow toward right elbow. Inhale to come back up. Exhale, rotating down. Movement starting from your rib cage, not starting from the elbow. So it's twisting in the upper back. Nice. Exhale to come down. The elbow shoulder comes with just because it's attached, but not because it's starting there. Inhale. Good. And two more. Exhale. If you've got a straight leg in the back, keep it as straight as you can. Really strong back leg. Stand into that front left foot a little more. Untwist on that last one. Perfect. We can bring your hand down, framing your foot. Bend that right knee, left knee, to bring it back. Turn the toes back under. Down dog again. And then we'll switch sides. So weight through the left foot. Float the right leg up. Like you're reaching for something with your toe slightly past your big toe. Create a lot of length in the whole body. And then step your foot through with as many steps as you need to get there. Bottom knee can drop to the ground or float it up. Right hand will come behind the head. Spiraling from the ribs. Inhale. Exhale, rotate. Right elbow toward the left elbow. Doesn't have to touch it, but just going in that direction. Inhale as you open up. And exhale, twisting down. Inhale. Taking your time. No need to rush. Exhale. What about 2 more? A little, if you got that straight leg, again, little squeeze of the glute behind you can help you feel a little more strength in that back leg. Front left elbow, again, strong but not locked. And then once we're through here, we'll step the hand down, bring the foot back, hips back up to 1 more down dog. Give the tailbone a little wiggle, side to side. Just kind of notice the difference between one side of the pelvis and the other, settling back down into the center before stepping your feet forward. Forward fold. Give the toes a wiggle. Bend the knees a bit. See if you can set your toes down with a hint of space between them. Anchor all 10 toes down as you roll up. Inhale, reaching up with a hint of a back bend. Exhale, we'll bring your hands back to prayer. Standing tall. Soften the knees. Take a moment standing in mountain. Bring the arms down by your side. And again, just standing the tallest you can be. We're going to check in with our balance briefly by, if it's safe to, closing your eyes. So palms forward, shoulders anchored on the rib cage, bottom ribs down connected to pelvis. See if you can close the eyes and just notice what direction your body tends to want to go in. Does it, like for some reason, my brain wants to put more weight on my left foot today? It's kind of checking in, see how your posture wants to change with the vision taken out. Trying to keep the weight even between those both feet as best as you can, even through the front and the back of the foot. Then we'll flutter the eyes open. Perfect. Give your shoulders, hands, knees a little wiggle and a break. We're going to try it again. Either continue exactly what you just did, or we could advance it by doing a eyes closed, one leg balance. So take your pick, or split the difference. It could be a weight shift, like a tiptoe. So any version that you like, either 2 feet, tiptoe, or one leg. When you're ready, we're going to do 10 seconds. Eyes closed. If you've got one leg, you can go arms to the side. 3, 4, like a tightrope walker. 5, 6, 7, 8. I haven't practiced this in a while. 9, 10. Open. Just check in with it, and then try the other side. We're going to do another one round slightly longer, but this is just a quick test where you're at today. Either 2 feet, tiptoe, or 1 foot. Then when you're ready, close the eyes. 1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh, 4, 5. I need to work on this. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. Then, before our last round, we're going to do one small coordination drill. So we're going to take your right hand, put it on your right hand resting on your left hand. Feet can be wherever you want. And then we're going to flip the hand up, flip the hand palm down without pivoting on your pinky side of your hand. So it's going to be up, down, 10 times as quickly as you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. And then try that on the other side. Left palm down, left palm up. Make sure you've got that range if you're familiar with it. Once you've got the idea of what you're attempting to do, we'll speed it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This little wake up for your cerebellum, back of the head, small, tiny little balance center. Everything goes through. And then try it again. Whatever, same version that you just did. Either it was tiptoe or 2 feet together or one leg. And when you're ready, we'll close the eyes. Arms where you need them to be. Knee has a soft bend in it. Think of like a surfer. You wouldn't want to lock your knees. We'll go slightly longer on this second round, if you can. Big toe glued to the ground. All right, good. And then you can open the eyes. Let's try that once more on the other foot, either tiptoe or all the way down one leg. Little soft bend in the knees, hands where you need them to be, and eyes closed. Keep breathing. Little adjustments, little wiggles are okay. They're allowed. That's how your brain learns. We're going as close to 30 seconds as possible. This is weirdly better on my left side than my right today, which is super strange for me. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we'll step out of that. Nice job. All right, good. Then we're going to take a second, grab a sip of water if you need to hydrate. And we're going to move into some squats next, but before we do that, we're going to warm up our knees a little extra as promised. So what we're going to do is a knee circle. So you're going to actually allow your knees, feet hip width apart, pigeon toe your knees, like knees drop in towards each other, out and around. So your feet stay on the ground, but you're taking your kneecaps, pointing them in, out, back. There we go. Like this. And from the side, it looks like a little knee bend and out. It'll feel a little like strange if you haven't done exactly this. Your foot is you're going to roll a little bit onto the arch of your foot as you come in and out toward the pinky side toe of the foot as you come out. There we go. Upper body stays nice and tall. And then reverse your circle, so we're rotating out a bit. Just getting the knees moving in these couple other angles, directions that we may not get a chance to do. So just a little knee circle. Get the synovial fluid moving around like so. Perfect. Then once we've done a couple of those each way, we're going to grab loop band and then warm up the hips to get ready for this as well. So with the band either above the knees, or if you notice, we're going to do some side steps. If this gets easy, you can drop the band toward your ankles. Feet pointing forward, ribs stacked over the pelvis, shoulders over everything else. We're going to take a step, anchor both feet to the ground, knee presses out against the band, and then bring your feet back to hip width apart. So it's step, anchor yourself down, and then unstep. Nice. Step, knees out against the band just a bit, come back. Step, pause. Once we get to the end, then we'll reverse, come back. As from the side angle, if you can see me here, I've got my butt back behind me just a little bit. Step, and to the side. Warming up glutes on the side of the hips here. Good. And then back. And step. You can even give the side of the hips a little skin stim here if you're not sure if you're feeling it there. And then one more time, down and back. Each time we're pausing to make sure both feet anchored down. Nice. Step, pause. Step, pause. Shoulders level. Nice. And then back to the other side. Ribs right over the pelvis. Step and pause. A little bit of outward pressure against the band. Head stacked over everything else without too much wiggle wobble, side to side. And then back. One more time. Step and pause. Good. Back to center. Perfect. Good. So then now we've got hips warmed up, knees warmed up a little bit. You can keep the band just above your knees. We're going to do 5 body weight squats before we move into a more challenging version of that. So just with the band above the knees for a little feedback of where we're at in space. We're going to take a nice slow 3-second squat. Coming down 1, 2, 3 seconds. Pause and hold. Recheck your alignment. 1, 2, 3. And then 3 seconds to come up. 2, 3. And coming down 1, 2, 3 into your squat. Knees straight over the second, third toe. 2, 3 as we hold, and then press up. 2, 3. Just checking in, seeing how things feel. Give yourself a chance to get familiar with it. 2 more. 1, 2, 3 seconds down. Pause and hold. Maybe hinge lower. 2, 3. And then take 1, 2, 3 seconds to come up without locking. Knees at the top. One more time. Going in slow. 1, 2, 3. Pause and hold. 2, 3, and then up we go. 1, 2, 3, and then we'll come all the way up. Perfect. And then we're going to get rid of the band, kick it off to the side, and then we're going to grab some weights. We're ready for a little more challenge. And we're doing a wide leg sumo squat. So feet, I'm facing the mat forward. I've actually got my feet on the floor on the outside of my mat. Weights right in front of me. Shoulders anchored onto my rib cage as we squat down and back up. 1. Good. You're sitting into your imaginary chair. Down and up. 2. 3. Nice. Inhale. And then exhale to come up. 4. I'm going to go for 10. You do less if you need to. Down and up. 5. Head in line with the rest of the body. 6. Those are looking good. 7. 8. 9. Nice. And that is 10. Perfect. You can come out of your squat, set the weights down for a moment. Give your fingers a little bit of a break from the weight. Give your wrists a circle one way. Just easy peasy circle. Circle the other way. Fantastic. And then as our legs are resting, we're going to do a little bit of upper body work. Very straightforward overhead press. And with this, just to make sure we're warmed up for this, we're going to do one round here. No weights at all, just hands at your shoulders. We're going to reach straight up overhead. Shoulder blades come up toward the ears slightly. Hands come down, reaching up overhead. And back down. Nice. And reach, weight anchored on both feet, and down. Super straightforward here. Lift, pause on the last one, and then give the arms a little circle. 2, 3. Seeing if we can circle the arms with the least amount of everything else happening. Reaching your fingers a little higher than you thought you could, while the shoulders stay strong onto your rib cage, and circles the other way. 7, 8, 9, 10, and then 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Ribs stacked over the pelvis. 3, 2, 1. Let everything come down. Give them a little wiggle and a shake. This should be warmed up and ready to go. And then with our overhead press, we're going to do the same thing we just warmed up. Hands come to your shoulders, grabbing onto the weights. Palms facing you, feet hip width apart. Take a breath in to begin. Look straight ahead, head stacked over your spine. You can have a little bend in your knees. Exhale to reach straight up to the ceiling and back down. 1, 2. There's a hint of shoulder blades toward the ears at the top. 3. Nice. Come down slow. 4. Wait. Reaches straight up toward the sky. 5. Without arching your back. So a little bit of ribs down and in sensation. 6. Nice. 7. 8. And again, I'm going to do 10. You do what you can. 9. If this is new, you may want to start with fewer reps. 10. And rest. Fantastic. We're going to let the weights down. Take a moment. We're going to then do one more hip drill before we get back to our squat again. This time, we're going to take your band again above the knees and move it to the wall. So you want to be able to get foot on wall. I'm going to move my little spine guy over and do a wall clamshell. So with your feet about 2 feet from your wall. You option to do this without the band too, by the way. Back foot, let's start with left leg behind you. So the ball of your foot is on the wall. From the side angle here, it looks like this. I have a little bit of a hinge forward. The more hinge you have, the more challenge it is. So you're going to feel a lot of work happening in that booty on the right side of your standing leg as well. Ribs connect to pelvis. Left foot anchors down as you bring the knee out to the side into a little clamshell. Pause, real slow one. Slowly come back. I'm going to do 3 very, very slow, taking it 1, 2, 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3 to hold, and then 1, 2, 3 to come down. Then one more time, 1, 2, 3 to move, 3 seconds to hold, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3 to come back, and then pick up the pace, 1 second each way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. We're going to come out of that and then switch sides. Left foot is down, right foot, ball of the foot on the wall. 3 very slow, ribs stacked. Rotate, take 1, 2, 3 to come out, 3 to hold, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3 to come down. Good. 2 more super slow like that. 1, 3, pause and hold, 2, 3, and then down, 2, 3. Nice. One more time. 1, 2, 3, pause and hold, 2, 3, and then back down, 2, 3. Then we're going to pick up the pace, keeping that same form. 1, 2, looking good. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 10. And down we go. Perfect. You can get rid of the band. I got weights in hand. Yes. Feet slightly wider than hip width apart. And here we go. Down and up. 1, 2. Beautiful. 3. Make a little space for all of the toes so they can help out. 4, 5, 6. Inhale, exhale to come up. 7, 8, 9, 10. Option, if 10 felt easy and you want to try to see if you can do a couple extra, 5 more. 11, just kind of a little test. 12, to see where you are weighting yourself appropriately. 14. I'm like, for me, 15. I've got probably teaching the class, so I have lighter weights than I probably should because I want to be able to talk to you guys. But if you are easily able to do 15, you may want to think about upping the weight at some point. Give yourself a second to breathe. We're going to scrape the barrel. Hips come around in a circle. Or you can choose to stay at a lighter weight just because you're feeling like having an easy day. And that's also okay. But at some point, the whole point of strength training is that we get progressive. So over time, we add more resistance. Muscles get stronger, bones get stronger, all that good stuff. Little by little. So it's good to check in every now and then and see, are you challenging yourself appropriately? All right, then overhead press. We got weight at the shoulders, feet hip width apart. Standing up nice and tall. Inhale and then exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice. 6, 7. Palms facing you. 8. Gives you more space in your shoulders that way. 9 and 10. Amazing job. We'll let the weights down. And band one more time. Head it over to the wall since we're working a little extra on hip stability. Banded clamshell, second time. This one, we're going to go right to the faster tempo, the 1 second each movement, instead of doing the slow one was just to get that in our nervous system so we know what we're doing. Right foot down, little hinge. Adjust your position if you need to. Make sure it feels like comfortable angle, and then we're going to come knee out to the side for 1. 2, big toe stays glued on the floor. 3, 4. Pelvis stays still. Yeah. 5, 6. Should be feeling this right in the back pocket of your hip. 8, 9, 10. An option to do a couple extra. 11, 12, if you've got it in you. 13, 14, 15. All right. And then try the other side. So getting into, now these smaller muscles, you do sometimes want to go higher reps if you can for endurance sake. But if you're first starting out, much lower reps, totally also okay. And sometimes where we got to start, 2, 3, 4, 5, pelvis stays still. Nice. 6, 7. Nice thing about this, both hips are working. One to keep you still, one to move. 10, 11, 12, 13. Still breathing. 14, if you want to stay with me with a little extra credit. Reps at the end. 15. Good. Once you're down, we're going to get rid of the band. Kick it off to the side. Grab your balance pad yet again. Up. Go ahead and grab yourself a little bit of water here if we need to. And then balance pad and then long band. We're going to put let's do left leg in front. I'm so right leg. Let's do left leg forward. And a little bit of a lunge type position. So the back heel is lifted, all 10 toes forwards. We're going to take the band, we're going to make a diagonal so that we've got right hand holding the band down by your side, palm backwards, left hand, palm forwards. Stack the ribs over the pelvis, squeeze the glute behind you. We're going to lift up at an angle, that left arm, and then back down. Left foot stays flat as we lift up at this diagonal, and then lower it back. Nice. Lift up. And at the top of the lift, add a little twist and look to the side, so making the balance part of this a little harder. And then we come down. So it's the same lift up into that letter half of a Y position, but add a little twist to look behind. And then down. On the next one, option 2, then lift up, twist, stay there, and then when you come down, I'm going to add a little bit of a knee bend into a little bit of a lunge. Come down, and then come up, twist. And then when we come down, we add a little bit of a knee bend, lunging down. You'll lose tension on the band, which is okay. And then one more time, up, twist, making it a little bit more full body, and then lunging down as you come down. Good. And then try that on the other side. So we've got right foot in front, left foot in back. Palm is backwards on the left hand. Right hand is going to come up at a diagonal, all 10 toes forward. No twist or anything, just the arm part to start. Good. Knee forward, little scoop of the tailbone down. Nice. We come up at our angle. Wrists are straight. Knuckles pointing straight down on the bottom hand, straight up at the top hand. Lift up at that angle here. Shoulder comes up toward the ear slightly. Nice. Good. And then on the next one, we come up. Start to twist a little bit, looking toward the right. Bottom arm reaching down. And reaching up with a little twist. And reaching down. Nice. One more time with this version. Then we're going to add the lunge part as you come down. Bend down. It's like a little baby squat. Split squat, I guess that's the right word. And then up. And rotate. Good. 2 more. The hand comes down. There's no tension on the band here at the bottom. We're just lunging down. Back up. Twist and rotate. Lots of work for the stabilizers of the hip. Coming down because we're adding these diagonals. Rotational patterns. Up and around. Unwind. Back we go. Perfect job. We're going to let the band down. Kick the balance pad off to the side for a moment. And then we're going to move into a one-leg deadlift combined with a row. So we're going to do these 2 things together. So let's try this without any weight first. So weight on the right foot, hands underneath you. Option to hold on and do this as a one-arm version, by the way, too. We're going to hinge forward, row, shoulder blades come together, weights toward your hips, back down, 1, 2, 3 times of the row, and then come back. Yeah, you got it. And then try that on the other side. If you're holding on, we would hold on and then do one side row like that. Other version here, yes, we hinge down. 1, 2, 3, and then up we go. Just to make sure, yeah, you guys got that pattern down. So then, with your weights, let's give it a try. So all the weight on the right foot. Again, totally okay, not cheating to hold on if you need to. Just do an extra round to make sure both arms get a chance to row. And hinge down. Straight line from your head to your toe. And then lift up 1, 2, 3. And then we'll rest in between. Switch sides. Left leg in front. Keeping your body nice and long. You're like a big teeter-totter. Hinging down. And then lift. 1, 2, 3. It's a tricky one. Up we go. Good. Rest for a sec. Give your fingers a break. We'll do it again. But give your hands a rest. Let's in between give your fingers a circle. So individual finger circle. So index finger only. Circles. Middle finger only. As best as you can. It may not actually be possible to like really isolate it, but try your best. Ring finger circle. Pinky finger circle. And thumb circle. Perfect. And then maybe just give your whole spine an easy easing off twist. Perfect. Before we try that row, one more time. Really amazing hip stability, balance, combination, combo plate, lots of things here at once. Your straight line from head to toe, ribs over shoulders. Or sorry, ribs over pelvis is the thing I'm looking for. Hinge it down. And then shoulder blades back. 1, exhale. 2, doing the lift. 3, take it slow and controlled to come up. And then try it on the other side. Hinge down. Find your balance, big toe glued to the ground, little bend of that supporting knee, and lift. 1, 2, 3, and then up we go. Awesome. Once we are down with that, we'll let the weights down. Find your way to the front half of the mat. Inhale with a reach up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift up to a flat back. And exhale, forward bend. We'll step back to a plank. Strong upper body, inner thighs squeeze together, hips in line with everything else, strong legs, chaturanga or just meet in child's pose. Down. Inhale to cobra or upside. And then sit back, child's pose. Ribs expand out toward the knees and up toward the sky. So you get expansion in all directions, the barrel of your trunk, and everything returns on the exhale. Nice. We're going to come out of that, swing the legs around. Make sure you got your Pilates ball nearby. We're going to come to your back, give your knees a hug toward your chest. Let me give your low back a little massage. You can give the neck a small rotation. So with the weight of the head on the mat, rotate to look to the right without forcing it, but just gently allowing your neck go through its range of motion with control, about 2 times each way. So we're not forcing it, but just gently allowing the joints to move. Nice. And then once you come back to the center, go ahead, grab your Pilates ball, get ready for the 100. So either ball between the knees or ankles, your choice. Take a nice full breath in, and then drop the chin down. Exhale to curl up. We'll extend the legs if you can, and pulse the arms down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 5. Maybe heels a little lower. Exhale, always option to bring them in if you need to. 7, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 8, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 9, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold. And then back we go. Knees to chest. You can let your head rest back down on the floor. Good. Give yourself a couple of rocks to come up to sit. Give the low back a little nice massage. We'll extend the legs for roll up. Feet about mat width apart. Reach your arms forward, rounding your spine nice and tall. And then slowly rolling down. Option to grab a hold of the knee if you need to here. Roll down right down the center of the mat. Inhale, reach overhead. Exhale. Curl up. Inhale while you reach forward, keeping your spine really long through the whole movement as we lower down. Take your time right through that tough spot at the halfway point is the hardest. Give it like a little more energy on the way up and then a little extra time to slow it down on the way down. 3 more. Curling right up through the middle. Maybe lift the toes if it feels good to have that little extra calf length. Get a little bit of sciatic nerve glide with that. If that feels nervy at all, just leave the toes pointed or relaxed. Last 2. Calves are heavy. Both shoulders come up at the same time without a twist in the upper body. 1 more time. Exhale on the way up. And again, exhale, slowly. Return yourself back down. Once we're back on the ground, grab the balance pad or cushion, whatever you've got here. Again, just bring it under your feet. So your feet will be slightly higher than the floor for some bridging. So feet about hip width apart. The pillow cushion at a spot that feels good to lift up into your bridge. We're going to lift the chin and lift the hips. Pause here for a moment. You can use elbows for a little bit of help or option to reach up to the sky. Tailbone scooped underneath you. So the pelvis is reaching up. Nice. Shift the weight to the right foot, keeping your pelvis level. Lift the left knee. Pause and hold here. It's almost like you're trying to imagine like someone's lifting your knee up toward the ceiling. Up. Good. Now we're going to do a little dip, like the right hip, like a drop down and back up, like a little pulse. Down and back up. So that like someone's lowering that left knee, lifting it up a little higher. So mostly coming from the glute. The back muscles are working, but it shouldn't feel like a strain in the back. Down. 2 more. And up, thinking about heel down into the floor, left knee up toward the sky. Set that side down. Switch. Right knee comes up. Someone's pulling imaginary string, right knee to the ceiling. Lower the left hip a bit, not going too low, and then a little lift back up. All happening right here at the crease where your butt meets your thigh. Down, and up. Chin lifted from chest. Down, and up. Good. So much good work for those glutes. 3 more. And up. 2, 1. Pause on that last 1. Hips stay high as you lower the foot. And roll everything back down. Once you're down, you can push balance pad out of the way. Grab your Pilates ball, bring it back between the knees. Windshield wiper. We're going to drop both knees over toward the left About half of your full range. Pause there. Right shoulder anchored down. Slowly use your obliques, use the side of your waist to lift you up, and then halfway the other way. Left shoulder stays down. Use the side body to pull you back rather than momentum. Take a breath. Over to the other side. Maybe going a little bit more, but avoiding collapsing into the floor. And exhale. Up we go. And over to the other side. And one more time. Nice and slow. This is one that a lot of people like to just zip and do really, really fast. But if you go slower, it actually is nicer on your joints and harder for your muscles. Win-win. Good. Once you come back to the center, we're going to leave the ball off to the side. Hug the knees and then roll yourself up to sit. Again, a couple rocks. That feels good. Maybe a little sip of water. Here if we need it. And then sitting tall into a boat pose. So we're going to lift the chest, lean back onto the tailbone without rounding your back too much. Float 1 or 2 feet up. If we can, we'll let it go. Maybe, if we can, again, keeping that chest lifted, maybe extend the legs up a little higher. And then lower to a low boat. Low back on the ground. Head and shoulders lifted. And then raise up to your high boat. 10 seconds. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nice. 8, 9, 10. Slowly lower. Low boat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then one more time. Back up to our high boat. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Amazing job. Let your feet down. Let's go feet together, butterfly position. Just giving your hips a little variation of what we just did. A little easy flap of your wings, your butterfly wings here. Nice job. And then hinge forward without pulling forward. You're just placing yourself forward. Bringing everything back up. We're going to swing yourself around to Sphinx pose, so elbows under your shoulders. A low back, little extension, hands anchored to the floor. Single leg kick, right foot kicks 1, 2, and then left foot 1, 2. Nice. Exhale, exhale, and it's a ha, like a make a little noise. Little bonus extra credit. Extra vagus nerve action there. Now getting the vibration of your throat. Yeah, everyone needs more vagus nerve stimulation in their life. So you can pay a lot of money for some vagus stimulator. Just do that. Good. 2 more. 1 more. All right, good. Double leg stretch. Right ear down, hands behind the back, or hands by your side, feet together. Bend the knees 90 degrees, and then we have little pulse. 1, 2, feet towards your bottom 3 times. Lift the upper back up, toes go down, fingers reach to the back of the knees, turn, and then kick 1, 2, 3 exhales. Inhale, lifting up, head, neck neutral. Look to the right so we're not looking up too high. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. Inhale, lifting up. In fact, if any issue with turning your head, you can just continue to keep your head forward. 2, 3. That's just one like minor detail that Joseph Pilates put in there for, because he felt like it. He made all this stuff up. Up you go. So you're free to make up your own version. On other side, 2, 3. Up we go. Shoulder blades anchored on your back. Nice. One more time. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale. Little lift to the belly. That helps give you some more support from your core and right. 2, 3 exhales. Inhale, lift. I'm going to hold the last one in a Superman. So fingers forward, float the feet up. Just a pause and hold. Nothing fancy. Actually, not going to swim. Just going to hold. So we're hovering for endurance. Breathe. Making yourself really long. Not that you're going up too high, but you're just really allowing yourself to be long. For 5 more seconds. 4, 3, just lighting up that whole posterior chain, back half of the body. 1. Down you go. Be beautiful. We're going to come up into a cobra. Back muscles doing most of the work. Shoulders back. And then swing your legs around. Forward fold. Legs straight ahead. Arms up. An active forward fold, so we're reaching forward without collapsing down onto your legs. Use back half of the body to lift yourself up nice and tall, and then one more time. Rounding forward. And use your back to lift yourself back up. I'm going to roll up. Once we are down on the ground, one spine twist. Left knee comes across. Left arm reaches up and over. Foot can be on the floor, anchored behind your knee. Without totally flopping into it, so you're actively placing yourself into that twist. Like imagining that, similar like we did earlier, where you're lifting up toward the sky as the bottom part of your body is anchored to the floor. And then unwind to the other side. So it's almost like your top knee is putting a little energy upward into your hand instead of trying to reach it toward the floor. And then unwind back to the center. Can find legs straight. Grab anything else you need to be comfortable for Savasana. Palms to the sky. Close the eyes. Grab pillows, blankets, whatever you need. We made it to the best part. Take a moment and just settle into this resting pose on your mat. Watching the breath come and go. Noticing where you feel it in your body. With no judgment. Just noticing where you feel the movement, the quality of the movement. Is it deep or shallow? Regular or irregular? Each breath allowing your body to soften on the exhale. Muscles around the eyes begin to soften. The jaw. Shoulder blades becoming heavier. Noticing the weight of the hands and the forearms. Softness in the belly and the pelvic floor. So with each inhale, pelvic floor softens and relaxes toward the feet and returns on your exhale. Allowing the calves and the heels to be heavy. And then on your next breath, keeping the rest of your body nice and heavy on the mat, bringing a little bit of movement of the fingers and the toes. And when you're ready, we'll turn to your side. Pause here for a moment. And when you're ready, bring yourself on up to sit. Finish by waking yourself up with a nice inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, bring hands to prayer. Close your eyes for a moment, giving yourself some gratitude for the time that you had for yourself on the mat today and for all those movements that you were able to do. Namaste. Wonderful. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope to see you another time soon.